Okay, good evening to you. I decided to test the Impossible and try to do a live update from the from outside tonight. As it's a great evening, and I didn't want to be cooped up with all the bright lights and all of the just be cooped up inside. I wanted to be outside. So I appreciate you following here and joining in on the discussion. We're going to go, probably about 15-20 minutes going over the severe weather potential here. Hopefully, if you can give me a thumbs up, if you can hear me okay. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. I think I was able to manage to get everything to work properly outside here. So some of these updates this summer, I'm going to try to do some of these outside here on the patio, just because it's just a little bit nicer to get out here every once in a while and just have a relaxed conversation here about the weather around the area. So I'll give it just a few more minutes here. Just make sure you're liking and sharing this update as we're going to talk about the severe weather potential for tomorrow. Really have several opportunities that we could see some severe weather over the next couple of days. So I want to break that all down to you here in just a few. So just make sure, like I said, thumbs up, like the like. I wonder if this works out here. Sometimes it does. Maybe. Nope. Oh, I know. Watch. There we go. Should do it. Maybe. There it went. Cool. Maybe do a thumbs down. I think it rains. Nope. I don't remember what. Yeah, that's that's pretty cool. Having a party. Now I found the one that rains. There we go. There, that's what's gonna happen tomorrow here. We got all kinds of cool little tools here. Okay, I'm gonna get distracted and not get this weather update going on. Okay, so hopefully you've had a great past couple of weeks. I know I've been kind of silent. I've been posting updates, but just trying to get some outdoor stuff done and just trying to focus on getting some things going for the summertime. As around here, I think a lot of you can give me a thumbs up or excited that it's finally warming up outside. I know it's been a rough winter. We've seen a lot of storms too here over the past several months, so it's been nice to have some calmer weather to be able to relax here. So, all right, let's talk a little bit here about our severe weather potential. But first off, I wanted to talk about this. And I know a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, Chris, you're going to make me sign up for something else and it's going to cost. And I know, but this is a life-saving tool that I am really, really, really passionate about. It's called Weather Call Next Gen. I've actually had a couple people that have told me, wow, this is a really great tool. What's cool about it is, let's say you're at a soccer game, baseball game, and by the way, being outside, the dogs could bark, so just heads up. If you're, watching your kids play and you start to hear some thunder in the distance, maybe, or you start to see dark skies, you'll get a phone call or a text message, whatever you prefer, and it will alert you that lightning is in the area and to get inside. And the best part about this tool is that when it's safe for you to go back outside, it will text or call you, and it'll alert you that it's okay to go back outside. Same things for tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings and flash flood warnings. I'll actually call. It's a recording of me, and I'll call and give you a warning specific to your area. And what I'll do is I'm going to put the link, if you're interested in this, in the chat here, because I really do think it's a super awesome tool to have. It can be a lifesaver, and if you even have elderly that don't have a cell phone, or they you can sign them up for it too, and it'll call the landline phone, and that's a good way to kind of keep them up to date of what's going on there. So, and I just posted that link in the chat there. So weather call next gen, real-time updates for tornadoes, and it's specific to your area. It's not, you can see this little polygon here. It's where it says prepare now and no shelter. Those areas won't get a phone call, but the areas that are in where you're at and are under the warning will get the phone call. So check that out. It's called Weather Call Next Gen. I love it. It's a great tool to have. You know, that's at 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of severe of safety, you know, to kind of keep you safe there. So the next thing I wanted to talk about this evening is the WeatherPulse app. So if you don't have that, make sure you download that. That is a one-time payment there in the Google Play and Apple App Store. The reason why that is $2.99 is because of the fact that hang on just a minute. Let me get this fixed. There we go. There's no advertisements. That's what I like about it. So you get no advertisements in there. You get the forecast you need quick, and then plus I do daily updates in there, so you can kind of know what's going on in your neck of the woods. So, okay, I wanted to talk here first a little bit about dew points, and right now our dew points are in the 50s. It wasn't muggy today, but you will notice tomorrow things will start to muggy on up there. You can see dew points out to the west, 61 in St. Louis, 63 in Nashville. And we've got a pretty good strong southerly wind in place, southwesterly wind today, and that will continue tomorrow. And that's what's going to help bring in more of that moisture into our area tomorrow. And you see those winds picking up to the west, that strong southwesterly wind, warm air advection moves into our area. Warm air, southwest wind in our area really does a favor of bringing in more moisture and more warmer air. I think most places will try to get around near 80 here today, or tomorrow. Here's future radar. In the morning, you'll notice 11 o'clock, we've got some storms on the doorstep from Connorsville to Greensburg. These storms will likely be strong by noon. They could be going severe in like places like Scott County, Jefferson County, Decatur, Ripley. You see that line by 2 o'clock moves into the eastern sections of the area. 3, 4 o'clock completely out of the area. And then we're left with some more storms that should pop up potentially between 5, 6 o'clock. And I'll explain why here in just a minute. And I'll show you in just a minute some of the parameters for severe here. So you'll see some of those strong storms in the evening, if they can get going in that higher instability, they're going to be producing large hail, a lot of lightning, and the potential for damaging winds. There is even a small tornado threat. We'll have to watch for those storms in the evening hours. Once we get to, I'd say 6, 7, 8 o'clock, that threat of severe weather will dwindle here. And let me just show you one more time that time frame because it kind of was wonky there. But 11 o'clock, Greensburg, Connorsville. 12 o'clock, let's say Brookville, Versailles, Madison, Batesville areas. That's when I think storms will start to try to go severe. And then towards Cincinnati, Florence, Owenton by about 1. Wilmington, let's say Falmouth, Hillsborough around 2. Georgetown, Maysville, and off to the east by 3, 4 o'clock. We kind of clear out. We get some instability building again, and we watch for these individual cells that try to fire up. They'll produce large hail, damaging winds concern. This is at 5 o'clock. And you'll just kind of watch where these storms kind of fire. They're going to be here or there. They're not going to be specific to what it's showing here on future radar. It's not going to be in Hamilton or in between Hamilton and Cincinnati. It could be over in Greensburg or Walton. So just get the picture there. Looks like for the most part, what future radar is telling us is very late morning into early afternoon, a line of storms move through, damaging winds, large hail, maybe an isolated tornado will move through. That clears out around 3 or 4. We open the skies back up, see some sun, we increase that instability, and then we see more scattered storms that will be severe towards the evening hours. So Storm Prediction Center's got us in a slight risk of severe storms. I think this is a good call here for the area. Like I said, damaging winds, large hail, and I can't even rule out a couple tornadoes. They'd be weaker tornadoes here because the winds don't really turn much within height within the atmosphere. So we're likely looking more of just, some isolated type of spin ups. And, don't focus really on, where the area of severe is from enhanced to slight. I think everyone still benefits from the same threats here. Here's your Kate values, convective, available potential energy. And you'll notice by 1 o'clock, it really peaks up right in front of that line from Cincinnati, Walton, Owenton. I think that's when noon, 1 o'clock, when we'll see that best opportunity with that line to go severe. Notice at 3 o'clock, that's some very high Kate values that move in. And those storms will try to get that Kate value down, eat that up in the evening hours. And that's why I think we'll see some more severe storms with some high levels of storm energy. Here's 850 millibar winds a mile above your head. Anything in the yellow or red is sufficient enough for severe weather. So as we go through the evening hours tonight, we're not going to worry about anything severe here. It's once we get into the morning hours tomorrow. Here's 5 a.m., 6 a.m. You can notice we've got a strong low-level jet in place by 11 o'clock. We've got supportive for severe weather, very strong 850 millibar winds there that could, these storms, that line tap into and bring some of that severe wind with the Kate value and the strong winds aloft right around that lunchtime time frame. Good bet for some severe storms. And then we continue with some, decent low-level winds there, 850 millibar winds. We'll continue seeing, enough to support severe weather into the afternoon hours tomorrow. So the breakdown here. So we've got the moisture, we've got the wind energy. We do lack a little bit in the way of a forcing mechanism due to the fact the cold front is a little bit further off towards the north. So likely to see multiple rounds of storms tomorrow. So just be aware of that. The breakdown of severe storms would be damaging winds and hail would be our primary threats, flooding and tornado low, but I still can't rule out the potential there for a couple of tornadoes, isolated spin-ups as we get to through the afternoon hours there. So that's a look at kind of what I got here this evening, and I'm going to take a minute to answer any questions you may have here this evening, as it'll get dark here in a minute and I won't be able to do an update. But I got about, let's say maybe 5 minutes to answer any questions that you may have. And I want to just mention one more time, if you're a little weary about the weather, want to know what's going on, Weather Call is a great tool to have. Super great tool. I'll post that in the chat one more time here. And like I said, what that does is that'll alert you specific to your area of when a storm is approaching. If you're a coach or anything like that, this is a great tool to have. It'll let you know to get those kids inside. And then it'll let you know when you can bring those kids back out on the field once the storms and the lightning has kind of moved out of your specific area. So great tool to have there. But if anybody has any questions on timing or anything like that, I can answer those now. I've got your comments here. Hopefully I've explained. If you want to give me a thumbs up, if you feel like you've got a good handle on what to expect here tomorrow. This is not a widespread severe event. I think this is more in the nature of, some spots may not get storms tomorrow. This is one of those situations where we'll see some severe around the area, and some of those storms could be intense. They could produce that hail, they could produce the damaging wind threat, and there could be a couple tornado potential as well. I just don't think this is going to be a widespread severe weather event. I do think we'll see severe, but I don't think every county will go under a warning or anything like that. I think we could see, some type of watch being issued tomorrow, and even see several warnings around. But not everybody will see impacts from all of this. So, Joyce says, "Sorry, I missed your live." Oh. You're good. What time will it be in the Dry Ridge area? Yeah, let me just, I'll tell you what, let me run through that timing again. There we go. Here's 10 in the morning, 11 o'clock, Connorsville, Greensburg, maybe North Vernon, 12 o'clock for Sales, Madison, VV, let's say Manchester area, Osgood. And then as you go towards towards Butler, Warren counties, and then you can see off to the east from Falmouth and points north by 2, and then Maysville to Hillsborough, Georgetown by about 3 o'clock. So you can see not everybody sees that first line, and then by 5 o'clock we start to see some individual cells. Don't focus on the exact placement of these. They could be 20 miles north, 20 miles west, 20 miles, wherever. And then you'll see more storms that'll continue to fire at 6, and this is kind of with that extra storm energy that moves in past this line. And then we should start to see those storms start to taper off as we head towards 7, 8 o'clock. So Kimberly says, horrible storm anxiety here. Any reason to get worried up, or worked up, or don't sweat it? Hey, here's the thing. The best thing about to do when there's severe storms is, just kind of keep a close eye on it. I wouldn't be super concerned about tomorrow, but I would not let your guard down either. So just be prepared there could be some strong winds and some hail potential here tomorrow evening. And then there's also that isolated spin up too. Kimberly says Columbus, Indiana. Yeah, here's that time frame. That should be around 10 to noon. And then there could be that isolated severe storm in the afternoon that could pop up as well. And I'm replaying future radar for you guys if you haven't seen it already. All right, just a couple. I'll give it 3 more minutes here, and then I'm going to have to hop off. You're welcome. No problem. Lynn, you are very welcome. If we have any severe tomorrow, like I said, it's a slight risk of severe storms. We're not under a moderate or anything like that. So just kind of put that in perspective. Angel says, thank you. We live in a trailer for sales. And that's so yep, Angel, I'll let you know if there's any severe. Tracy, does that notify you of the area where you're at or where you live? So it will do both. You just have to update where, if you're on vacation, you'll just have to update that in the on that web platform there, and then it will alert you or follow you there. So just check that out on that page. But yes, it'll alert you, and you can set that on that page. Candy's asking, hitting Cincinnati during the day. Yes, so the time frame for Cincinnati to see impacts will likely to be after the lunch hour, around 1 or so. All right, we'll give it about another minute here. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed a little bit different scenery here instead of being in the, and I told you, being outside, you're going to get dogs barking. A little bit different scenery than being inside. Always great to mix it up a little bit, especially when I feel like all winter all I've done is stare at computers in a weather studio and watch the snow and models constantly. So gotta get outside. Okay, if we don't have any more questions here, I'm gonna hop off. I'll be, just if you have any other questions or anything like that, you can just, comment there and anything that I post here overnight, tonight, and into tomorrow, and I'll try to get to them there. So, all right, that's it for now. Hope you guys have a great evening, and stay safe tomorrow, and I'll be here to keep you updated.